What up? What up? How's everybody doing? What up, Brennan, Scott, Carol, Michael, JP, Frank, John, uh, Diggs? How's everybody doing? Good stream, Jermaine and Brennan. That was a good one. How's everybody's weekend? What up, Tom? I want to be showing some baits I got from the Hookup tackle a while ago. I actually had them for a while. It was actually, I was going to do like 2 videos, but I just decided I'm just going to end up probably showing it all. Probably take a little bit. But it was supposed to be 2 videos, but I actually have another package I got to do, which is the Easter box one. And I think I'm going to just do that one as like a premiere sort of deal and do it that way. Yeah, I really didn't want to go. I really actually I had was talking with Brendan earlier, and I didn't even realize I forgot they were going to go live. I just did it sporadically. I was actually going to probably, wish I could have moved it till tomorrow, but I have work later on at night. Oh, nice, Brendan, you fixed the fisheye. What was it that you think it was? Because I definitely want to know that. Yeah. Oh yeah, Travis. What up, Travis? I don't think I said what up to you. Thought your name was Brendan for a second because it matched color-wise. Nah, man, I wish. I have some in my cart. Like I said, most of the stuff, only stuff I got that was actually recent is the one package that I had added on, but the rest was actually from my birthday time last month. I've been really delaying it, but it's just something here. And like I said, it's 2 boxes I kind of put together. But the other box is newer, so I'll probably show you guys that stuff first, the new stuff. What else? Yeah, that was for that. Alright. Yeah, were you doing some tourney, JP, the local tourney? 'Cause I think I remember you saying you were gonna go. And did you see like any bigger fish in the shallow areas wise? Like anything above like 2 pounds, even if you didn't catch them? That's what I was just wondering. Ah, sick. Yeah, they look sick. The colors, they're all really nice colors. I was surprised that a few colors didn't sell out from the hookup tackle that they had. It was like the odder more colors sold out. But I have 2 in my cart that I'm gonna try and get. I have yet to test, but likely very likely that it was because I was storing my silicone. Interesting. Well, hopefully that is it, and it stops happening because that probably is a pain. You put your boat back together. So that's pretty nice. Open on the river. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you have that off season for the spawn. But yeah, I've went fishing a couple times recently. I've mainly been catching like small, tiny fish. Nothing really like big. I almost got hooked the other day by a damn catfish. I had hooked the catfish, and he kept swinging his tail, and I got him in the tail. I snagged him, and with one of my crankbaits, and freaking his tail, he kept trying to smack me with it, and he almost got me a few times. But the only time I've actually recently caught bass was at the trout lake I went recently. Damn, I got something in my eye. Was at the trout lake recently. I don't think it's gonna work. You can kind of see it. There we go. That's better. Keeps wanting to adjust. But that was like a little decent one. It really didn't have any signs of like bedding or anything like that. And then another one, which was at the place I go a lot, which is at the river. Like I said, they're not big fish, really. I wish the damn phone wouldn't do that. Let me see if I brain it helps. It's not really helping. But yeah, like I said, most of the fish have, like I said, been pretty small, and I haven't really been seeing anything big, and it's been kind of sucks. There we go. So yeah, but they're like 1.25 pound fish or whatever, and then yeah, there's like a couple, and then that one that was, like I said, by the trout lake. But they all look pretty healthy wise for their size, so they're definitely eating pretty well. But it's really been a lot of small fish, nothing above like 2 pounds. And I'm really surprised by that because last year it was colder around this time, and the water was colder overall, but I was catching way larger fish, and I've seen a lot more activity wise than this year. And I mainly seen a lot more smaller fish like eating and things like that, or chasing fish, no bigger fish like I was last year. So it's kind of weird. And I was thinking though, maybe was my theory was that since the winter wasn't really that cold, the deeper water kind of stood warm, was able to stay warmer over the winter. That when it pretty much started getting warmer overall, they didn't have to move so shallow to end up spawning, or actually, stay in there where they think, they can feed or whatever. And they're somehow staying in that area and maybe gonna spawn in that area as well, because the water is pretty much about to be there. And like I said, I haven't really seen any big fish, but that's my assumption, that maybe they're staying a little bit deeper because that water is warm enough to where they can do that, and they don't have to move shallow to spawn. So I'm thinking maybe that might be it. But let me catch up on some comments. Yeah, I agree. I was like, why the hell the certain colors sold out? Like it was like the that fishbone one, the one that kind of had, it's a nice color, but it definitely was like the odd one. It kind of like a Halloween color, and that one was gone. And then some other one, but the bone color one wasn't like the regular bone. I was surprised. Or like flitter shad with like the big old school like flake on it. That one's sick. Hold on. I was actually about to go on there for a second, but I'll do that in a second. You would have to pay me to take one of those. Yeah, they're not bad though. They have that ABS plastic. That's what makes them kind of different. They're not like the original. It's not just like the paint job. First empty Bass Nation tournament Sunday. Well, that's not bad, man. And with that fin, all fish we caught were 2 feet or less. So they're definitely shallow. It's just you're not seeing like those bigger like fish. Okay, so 4 pounds is not bad. Yeah, 4 pounds is pretty much like about average of the bigger fish I see here as well. Like high 3s and 4s, a couple 5s sometimes. One of them for the material. Yeah, that ABS bonus, it sounds pretty nice. He's going to drive. I'm going to figure out if you think that he's go to school. Oh, you're talking about someone else. Oh, dude. Did you post a picture on your Instagram, dude? That's pretty sick. I think flatheads are pretty cool. I know they're a little bit bad for the ecosystem, but they're pretty cool fish. And I know they like, crankbaits. But they fight. And on that catfish I caught, man, I thought it was a damn snakehead the way it was fighting. I've never had a damn catfish swim as fast as this channel cat did. This thing took off. And like, I was pretty surprised because I really don't. When I've caught catfish, they really just do that damn death roll. Watch a video of a guy fishing trash. I thought he was going to hook himself in the face. Yeah. That's the kind of sketchy part when you have those swim baits. You definitely gotta know what you're doing. You tend to like when I used to actually grab the fish with the baits instead of using my fish grippers and then take the bait out. But when I would usually grab the fish, I would just kind of like pull the bait in the opposite direction of where my hand was until I got my pliers. Last catfish I caught. Shaky head. And Senko. Yeah, dude. And it was kind of like like as soon as I hooked that thing, he was gone. But there was a lot of current there, so I think that's what he was doing, was going right into the current. Yeah, I seen that call shed. It looks pretty good. I think it's pretty cool bait. It looks a little similar to another bait. Actually, I could show you guys that. Hold on, what's that? Let me I'll show you the bait that I think it looks like. It's from a deuce though. One second, it's loading. It's taking a second. And like I said, it has pretty much like the similar profile, and then it also has that kind of serrated tail on it. Here it is. Right.
Después de Advil. A trabajar otra vez. ¿Cómo estás de cuello?
Sorry for that. Share screen. Alright, there it goes. was that bait that I said it kind of reminds me of the call shad. And that whole back part of the tail is actually serrated. You kind of can, there you go. See? But it's a pretty cool bait. I don't know how the hell it just did that, but see, it has that slash rib structure. So yeah. Yeah, some of them I think it's kind of like if they're not like 10 years and up, I think it's kind of stupid. But I have actually some of the lures I'm going to show you are like anniversary Lucky Craft colors. What up, Malone? I don't know why my damn chat keeps like going blank and then it's like refreshing. One thing. I never got the kick knocker. Well, I have the good pecker, but not the actual kick knocker. I had that one with the blade on the bottom. So, and I haven't really used this one too much, really. Nah, it's the one that looks like a skeleton, Frank. Yeah, my thing is lagging real bad. Hold on. There we go. Skeleton, yep. Yeah, man, it's been tough. Like, a lot tougher than you would think for this time. And the water temp is, it's not bad water temperature. But, alright, let me start showing some stuff. So, let's start off. Actually, I had a little problem with this bait. Kind of sucks. The rear hanger's kind of messed up. So I contacted the Hookup tackle. They said they'll send me one, but I gotta they'll send it with like my next order or whatever. But it's the Raid, the 2 side. It's the popper. It's the that Love Hotel color one. But it's a pretty nice popper and a little bit different. It has a prop on the back, which kind of also, and it also has this offset line tie in the front. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can. But it's a little bit offset to the side, to one side, and it's supposed to allow the bait to kind of have like a more of a better walk, and also when you're just straight retrieving that, because the way that the lip on the bait is, it's not like a full cup. It kind of just goes on the side down, and then that tail on the back, that prop, it's like a interesting like shape. But And it's not actually a new bait. It's pretty old. It's been around for a while, about 8-9 years. And like I said, when you straight retrieve it, it allows the bait to kind of have like a little wobble or quiver to it. So it's kind of just gonna shimmy on its way, like on its way in, and it has a little clicking sound. It's not a very loud popper. So as you straight retrieve it, it'll kind of click like that. And but it walks really nice. Like I've seen a couple swim videos of it on the Raid website. I mean the channel, and it's pretty nice. But and then it has that nice prop sound, which is really nice. So it's just a little something different, nothing crazy. But it's a sick color. But I did, like I said, I had an issue where the rear hanger kind of seems like it was just stripped, or something happened where it got like tightened, I guess, too much, and it just stripped the threads because it just keeps spinning. So as long as it spins like clockwise, it's good, I guess. But if it starts spinning counterclockwise, it starts undoing the rear hanger, which kind of sucks. Like I said, I did contact the Hookup, and I could glue it, which I was thinking, but then I was thinking that it might mess up the blade. I might have to make sure I don't glue it. Nah, I didn't see that, Tom. I'll have to definitely check that out. Or if it's on Instagram, send me on the message, because I didn't see that. What up, Jeremy? Nah, nothing much actually. I just started showing baits, really. Damn, that sucks, Brennan. Yeah, really, with those like the working class zero, you're better off not even giving people deals with that, because that's what most of them do, or they'll try to use it to trade for baits. So that sucks. Let me get that. Most of I'd probably use a snap, most likely JP. I tend to use a snap with most of my like treble baits. Most of the time, I rarely ever tie to direct. So, but I think it'll work just fine, especially since it doesn't have like a split ring on it already. I think that it'll be fun. But yeah, the color's sick though. It kind of reminds me of that bullet lure I kind of have that has sort of the same pattern but like backwards. And then the next one I'll show is a soft bait. It's just got 2 packs of them. This is a DRT cram shad. I've been wanting these for a while, but these are the fat ones. This is the newer ones that came out. And they're pretty dense plastic. They're really heavy for their size. Like, it's pretty impressive. They feel like the what's it called? And this is the other color, but I have this one actually open because I checked them out. So I'll show you guys these. But they're almost like those bull flats, or like the scat baits in a way, like density wise. And they're a pretty interesting bait. They like the way that they really make these baits, like the weighting wise, they're weighted very well to the point where like they're meant to be used without a weighted hook, unlike a lot of other paddle tails. So, but they just come in straight, which is like pretty impressive. And like I said, it has a very interesting shape. So it's got that wide upper half of the body, and then it goes and tapers down to real thin, and then it's pretty thick sideways profile as well. And then that tail, which is really interesting, it's not a really big tail, it's very small. It's not big at all. So very tiny. And there's multiple rigging options for this bait. But the real interesting about this type of paddletail though is that you can straight retrieve this, but if you want, you can kind of do it like a fluke and twitch the bait, and it'll go back and forth. I'll show you in a swim video in a second. And then also you can rig it upside down, and then that allows the bait to have this kind of like hunting S action, and as well as they put a nail weight in the inside the back, and that allows the tail to kind of rock back and forth a little bit more, and it just goes back and forth, and it's almost like it's where as if it's when it's on regular rig mode and you're twitching it, it's kind of doing that same sort of thing, but above the water column, kind of like twitching back and forth, but like swimming at the same time. So it's pretty unique, and I think these work really well. And just rigging them pretty much without a no jig or anything like that, just rigging them plain. And like I said, they're super dense, so they'll cast really far, and have no problem getting really far with them. And I like the packaging and everything. You have that clamshell, and you're not going to have to worry about any sort of tails bang or anything like that. But I'll show you guys the swim video. They're pretty cool. There you go. Alright, so alright, you guys can see that. Let me fix that. So you get that twitching action with it. And that's with an unweighted hook. That's not with a weighted hook, so that's why I think it's pretty impressive. And above at the top action, like if you've seen it, it looks awesome. And then that's just like straight retrieve. So you get that very little tiny kick, tight quiver, not much. It's almost like a spy bait in a way. But that's coming pretty straight for having no weight. And then that's with a weighted hook, and it tends to have a spiral fall when it's falling down. And then that's like a certain way they have it, like that. It's like almost used more like a spy bait, really. Very finessey. And then this is upside down with a weighted hook. And that's just mainly going to keep it up on like the top of the water. And then that's the glide mode, which is upside down without a weighted hook, and with a nail weight in the back. So see how it just kind of comes back and forth, getting that like S motion swim. But sort of the three riggings. So you got regular, weighted, upside down, and then upside down with unweighted, and you get those different actions. And then there's also another one or I might be confusing it with the VTS where they have it's like a special technique. Yeah, I think I am getting it mixed up. Yeah, and this is the VTS 7. This was the one I was talking about. This is like a specific rigging method they have with the VTS 7s where they're kind of doing these I wanted to show the damn commercials. And it's a specific rigging that the one of the DRT guys has for that VTS 7. It's kind of like that nutsack rig that the hookup tackle has, but it's where they put the weight on the plastic on the bottom, and it just causes this kind of like rocking motion with those VTS 7s. And they just really slow. And it just pretty much does that. And it also falls pretty nice when it's coming down. But they do have a regular, pretty nice fall without the weight. But that's how it falls. It has like a real nice shimmy to it. But the posture is pretty interesting. So I definitely could see that working though. But it's definitely interesting. Let me remove that. Yeah, I've noticed that too. They like snaps, and I've noticed that certain baits I never even knew that they used on snaps. They do, like that the mag draft. I had no clue that they were using them on snaps, but I was using them on a snap, and I thought I was doing it wrong. But that's what they use them to get. I guess more like rolling them or something. I have no clue, but I wouldn't think to use that for a soft bait. Yeah, I've only had like one or two guys that were really like sketchy, but I really didn't end up doing anything with them. But then also I did have a couple that just were like literally after they sold you the bait, they just wouldn't message you anything or an update, or they sent you the wrong tracking number of someone else's bait. I've had that happen. Yeah, they're pretty nice. Those cramp shads. I think you would like them. And they have some nice colors. And like I said, they're really pretty dense for their size. They weigh a lot. Yeah, a lot of them don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't come with the split rail on the front. And a few other baits are like that too. I'm not sure who it is, but I forget who. The Biovex and stuff like that, they don't come with any. That blast bone and stuff like that didn't come with that. So there's a few, and that the raid, I know the raid tank bull tank, the jitterbug came with its own split. I mean not split, snap. You probably could, Brendan, but I would do more or less like I said an EWG with those. You can fish the VTSs though, the 5-inch ones on the ball head. That's what I have. That's what kind of I like to use them for. or that hover strolling. That's what they're really good for. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. Yeah, the TK Twister, yeah, you can do that. It's sort of like the scat bait in a way. Just gonna have sort of that little tail really kicking. It has a steel. It's like a damn card payment. Or like a down payment. The hell? I like pad, but not that much. I gotta do the tournaments. They already started them. I didn't even realize that, man. I might end up getting kicked off the damn group because I haven't been going on there like that. So I gotta try at least. I gotta re-get a damn scale. I lost the one that they used. The worst scale you can use. Yeah, it is like an eye motion bait, JP. Yeah, those exo swims. I know a lot of guys that like those damn things, or just biospawn baits in general. Yeah, it's pretty nice, and I think like a top water bait wise, you could use that like as like a top water bait, and it'd probably be pretty good. And especially if you have like clear water or smallies, it's like a perfect size for smallies. So I think that would really work pretty well with that. And it's pretty versatile. You know, you have multiple ways of using that bait. So you know, it's not like you're just stuck with one. You know, one bait that one paddle tail and that's all it does. You can use it that multiple different ways and still have the same bait. So I think that's what's kind of cool about it. And their packaging is pretty cool. Like, technically, if you want it, and I don't know why more companies don't make their like clamshells like this instead of making them like bulky, but they kind of have that. They're very, uh, not a lot of material is being used. Hey, man, I messed up the light. It's not being used really to make the clamshell, and they're not as bulky, and they have sort of just that. And you could just take these and just put them in like a separate packaging and just store them like that. So you can just have all of your clamp shads all in one bag instead of having them in these in here. So they're pretty convenient that way. Like and then another way I like the way they package is like this way. This is like Nori's. This is that Escape Twin. But the packaging on these is pretty sweet. It's not like a full clamshell, but it just has sort of like a area for the baits to kind of like sit in. So they can slide, see? But they won't. They kind of stay in their own compartment in a way. And it keeps them from just getting all messed up. But this is that kind of like that brush hog bait that I really like. Or I pretty much switched from the brush hog to this specifically. And it's a really good bait. And the color, this specific I can't even say it right now. Specific color, I really like a lot. It's kind of like a red shad in a way, but a lighter version of it. Instead of it having like the red other half, it's more or less like a pearl color in it. It has a lot of pearl, but it also does have a little bit of red. Actually, I could take it out for you guys. I'm sure if this is that new pack I have. Yeah, this is the new pack. But this one right here, kind of see that it has like that. It's a real fine flake, and then once you see how you have like that golden, goes like golden on the side, and then once you switch it around, it becomes like a pearl, and then it has this golden flash at a certain angle. So it's a really sick color. It's always sold out. But it's a really good bait. just a little bit different than the regular brush hog. It's a lot softer though, I know that. So you get a lot more action. And these are actually made in the USA, which is pretty cool. Even though it's a JDM brand, they're made in the USA. It says it right here on the corner. Hopefully, just if I can get it. Doesn't want to zoom in or focus. Damn it. Come on. It's not zooming on the small. But yeah, it says made in the USA on the bottom, on the corner, and designed in Japan. I always wonder, like, who the hell's pouring them though. They are pretty nice. Yeah. I wish I did used to have the premium now, but I never thought of the ad blocker. I've never even heard of that. I gotta try and look for that. 'Cause I hate ads. Oh, the nutsack rig, it's where you pretty much put a little weight, or it's kind of like a drop shot weight on the EWG hook before you rig your plastic on, and the weight just kind of like free swings. You know, that's the whole like point of the name, but I think it's also called something else too, but that's just like the funnier name I just remember. And so, but it'll just kind of like swing back and forth, and that same kind of like concept as that VTS 7 I just showed does, really. And then so I also got these spinner baits here, which are from Gamcraft. These are the Killer's Bait Over. They are pretty nice. That blade, the blades are like a work of art. They look like jewelry. But let me get it out the pack so it's not reflecting too much. And their blades are pretty big for you know, willow style. You know, it's not really a willow, but you know, the that sort of shape. It's pretty big, and that whole actual size of the spinner is not that big, but the blades are massive. They're pretty heavy, you know, thick gauge wise. But the whole concept behind this spinner is that it lines the wire itself. You know, all of a sudden the damn camera doesn't focus right. But say that the blades have like a samurai face in them, and so but that the line type here has that special angle to it, and the whole concept behind that is to keep the wire from bending as much, so you're not going to have as much of the wire bending, because you're not pulling from the actual like that R bend sort of. It's kind of has the wire the way that it's angled. It more or less pulls like straight up, so you're not pulling on that wire and bending it out every time that you're catching fish. So it's also good for like fishing in heavier cover. So like I said, that right here, that bend right there, since you have you're going to say your knots right here, and when you're actually pulling it, since that wire completely goes down and then also comes back up at that angle, you're really not bending it. See, like the wire is not going to bend like straight out. It's kind of weird, but it's an interesting concept, so I really want to try it. And then also has that welded blade up there, so, or that bead, so it's gonna spin on the downfall, which I always like to have in my spinner baits. But they have a nice sound to them metal wise when the blades hit. They're pretty heavy, you know, blade. It's a number 6, and then a number 5. And I'm surprised they weren't sold out of this color though. And then I have also another one in the IU color. It's a pretty sick color too. And a pretty small head as well. I'm not sure if they're a tungsten head or not, because I didn't see that. They're a little pricey on these though, but I've never actually used them, so I wanted to try, and that kind of wire design was interesting. So I wanted to see how well it does. But yeah, this is I think this might be yeah, it's IU because I see the dot, yellow dot. But it has a nice skirt to it. Let me see if it will focus. Come on. Come on. There we go. So got that IU color's got that same sort of gold silver blade, just a little green head. But that skirt material has like some flash in it. Can't really see it too well, but there's like this kind of like pearl in it. It's pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of like the Yamamoto, like Seiko in that shad color with the pearl in it. Yeah, I'm far. I had to go down all the way. What up, little Rich? I was way too far. Yeah, the big bites. Yeah, that could be one of them. That pours that Nori's, because I always wonder who the hell's doing it. It's got to be like some sort of like distributor or somebody. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna buy expensive bait, honestly, swim bait underground is probably your best bet, because you're gonna find probably most baits now less than their actual value unless you're buying a hype bait. But now with the market the way it is, they're pretty reasonable. Before, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, hell no. When COVID was like at its prime, nah, you were screwed. You were paying at least like double for any swim bait you were buying. And that's kind of like when I was really buying like a lot, which kind of sucks, because I probably lost like a lot on a lot of the baits I bought. It's kind of why I was selling like a lot of the hype baits I had got, because I really wasn't using them, and I bought them when they were really really pricey, and I was just trying to get the money I wasted into them. And I'd rather honestly have somebody else use it or whatever, because I'm not going to use a $300 bait. I just don't feel confident with it. The only one I honestly had a little confidence was those the Ghost I had, because I knew that really wasn't going to get snagged like a regular glide would or whatever. Yeah, I think I actually brought that up to him one time. I don't think he's seen it though, but I think I've said that before in his live, that the Nori's was made in the U.S., and I was always wondering who the hell made them. Wow, that's pretty cool, Tom. Yeah, it's very interesting, that, like I said, I think Nords is maybe the only one that does that, to be honest, is getting their plastics. Well, yeah, actually no, not Jackal isn't. Because I forgot that Jackal does have like a U.S. thing, like sort of like Megabass, but I don't think they obviously get their baits made here, except for the Megabass, like U.S. I think products, some of them, or they're just distributed here. I think that's all. It's not really counts as like a manufacturing plant. This is nothing for me, Little Rich. I was up like 4 or 5 in the morning. Well, 6 really, but yesterday I went in at work at 12. 12 at night. Digs, power. Okay, for being honest. Yeah, it's just a rig, Caro. It's pretty much just like a EWG rig that uses a drop shot weight on the hook before you rig the plastic on. Just kind of makes the bait like swing in back and forth motion. But the next bait I got that was pretty recent, not from the last month one, and which is the Deusta Z Crawl SC. It's a top water wake bait, really like a shallow crank, and but mainly a wake bait. It's a pretty cool bait. I had my crawler that I was going to show you compared to, but I lost it to a damn carp when I was fishing, and that kind of sucked. And it was the same color and everything, but what I wanted to show you really was that these baits, they are like kind of like versatile or like multi-use. This bait could also be used as like a crawler. You can take this rear prop off, and on the side you can see where the wing harness would go, and it goes right there on that insert. And there's a screw eye there, and then there's also this lip is metal. This is not like a permanent lip. I could technically take that off if I wanted, but it's a metal lip, and it's meant for going through cover and stuff like that. It was designed for that. It's also made out of ABS bone material, I'm pretty sure, and it's got a nice rattle, one knocker in it. So it's pretty nice. But this color I really like because it allows you to see it from a far distance with that nice like crackleback like green chartreuse color. It's pretty sick, And that prop, it's like in an angle too. So as it's in that angle like this, it's kind of like churning just above the surface of the water. And then I like that Marabou rear hook, and they're actually on sale, $17.99. Pretty cool bait. They're originally $30, but it's a really nice bait. And like I said, I really like the Adusa stuff. And right before, as I was about to lose my, right as I was like before I lost my crawler, I was really enjoying it because it was really casting really well for its size. It's a small one too. It wasn't a big one, and it was casting really far. It didn't have any issues when it landed. It wasn't landing upside down like some of my other ones do. So you could literally just start it up and it'll go. You can go slow or super quick with the retrieve. So it was pretty nice. And I had that as well. I had it on my cart because I gotta get another one. But yeah, also what I did notice too was I've noticed with this a couple of the Adusa baits that their actual eyes on their baits, they're like hook eyes, the eyelets themselves, they're actually not like original eyelets that are just like kind of like a screw eyelet. They're actually like a flat rivet sort of like connection, sort of like if you saw like on a like a bicycle chain, the connect links, sort of like that, and that's why they're like flat. If you kind of see that, I'm trying to get it to zoom. Come on, man. Zoom. Correct. Won't do it because color, I bet it's not allowing it. But yeah, it's like I said, it's very thin on that bottom piece. The front though is like a normal rounded eyelet. But like I said, that lip though you can take off and technically put wings on it and remove that rear prop on it. And that prop is pretty nice. It's very smooth. So, and it's a pretty nice bait. I'll show you guys. Hold on one second. From the Adusta. They're pretty cool. Here it is.
Enjoy a delicious Wawa fruit or cream smoothie.
Let me see what you're talking about. How does this happen? Nah, not really like a cotter pin, Brennan. Alright, so. And actually, this bait won 2019's Best New Hard Lure at EF FTIX season. I think it's like a JDM, sort of like ICAST thing. And it says it on the package right here. And I think it also says it on the video as well. Okay. So, yeah, see, best product. So it's the European Fish and Tackle Trade Exhibition. Was initiated for the first time in 1982. It was developed over years as the premier trade show for the industry. Tracks some of the most well-known names in the industry as well, and is also a place to meet new emerging companies. So it's more or less, I guess, for the companies to go to. But it's got a nice sound to it. That's it right there. And it's got a nice action. It's a pretty decent weight too, 35 grams, a little over an ounce. It's got that nice one knot sound like. kind of got that same knock, but not as loud as the other deuce there, that silent blaster. That one's kind of loud. You can see that's pretty quick retrieve, and it's not, you know, blowing out or anything. I wish they would have did like more like hard cover, like that didn't move, hit it against stuff like that. But they do hit it against some like pretty big stuff that they're, I guess, is floating. But it really doesn't show that much of a snagless. But I guess since it's not really getting anything on those hooks, it's kind of is at least deflecting that stuff away from the hooks. And that blade, you can see how it just sticks out a little bit out of the water.
Listen,
It's kind of cool. Let's see what else you guys were saying. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like the that marabou. It kind of like reminds me of the rain bait, the crawler with the take myself, but with the two pom poms on it. And I think that is really good to have on like a crawler bait. Kind of helps. So I think this one is gonna get bit just as well. And like I said, that knock is pretty good. It's not as I guess this one's a little deeper. But this one is not as like loud. This one's more like a louder noise. But those are both pretty sick baits. And that this one here is almost like it's like a big bug, to be honest, the way it moves. It's just like a jointed big bug and different profile, in my opinion. And then the other last thing I got in that little tiny package was the signal. It's like the double rig for the tiny clash. I got it for. I already kind of like opened it just to look at it, but it's just pretty much like a wire that has multiple crimps on it, and then as well as this kind of like sleeve at the top that's then has a swivel on it on the top, and then it goes to two other swivels and a split ring that you then connect to your bait. So, you know, I wanted to put which is what I got it for, is my tiny clashes. You know, I would take or the riser jacks really too. I wanted to try that with that. I wanted to take the I have my damn split rings though. One sec. And just the other one. I do have another one that would match the bait though, but I'm just gonna put these on so you guys kind of get the idea what it looked like. And this rig kind of came from the DRT guys that were actually, they kind of had made like their own sort of double rig sort of wire setup, and Signal saw that guys were doing that over there, so they decided to make one so it'd just be overall easier for guys to do it. Now you would have to, you know, have a crimp and all that and know how to do it. So this kind of just gives you a little bit quicker way of doing that. But it's a pretty sick rig. Maybe guys put in the glide mode. So you take the lips out. And you had the two tiny clashes hanging like that. And you just had them with, obviously that other tail I would take out and put the transfer tail on. But yeah, you would have two of those baits like that swimming. So you would just have like sort of like those kind of two shads taking off running. I mean swimming. So it's kind of cool. Definitely, I've been looking to try and use this for like a long time. Just always, every time I went to go and buy the setup rig, it just was always sold out. So now I have that, I'll definitely put the two Joy Thieves on, and then maybe, or mix it up with the one of the shad on the front and the trout one on the back. The US trout one I have. That one. It's a pretty cool color. It's a little dark though. I wish they would have made it a little lighter. It's more or less like a brown trout color. But definitely gonna be pretty cool to use that. Put that right there for now. All right. Yeah, those gar, man, they'll eat everything up. Especially the alligator ones. Alligator gar, man. Yeah, like there's actually a pretty good amount of species. Like I think the long nose, the short one, some other one. But they are cool though. They're almost like, in a way, they're like kind of like the southern like native snakehead in my eyes. Like they just get massive. But yeah, dude, I'm definitely I'm gonna do that for the double clash rig. I'm gonna do a swim video for that. I'm probably do like a short, make like a short. I can do that pretty quick. But yeah, I might not even be able to get through all of this, to be honest, tonight, because this would take forever. This is a lot in here. It's a lot of shit. But I got this Mega Bass box. I'll try to go through a little quicker. And it's a Mega Bass box. I got the red ones. They're really nice. I want to get some more, but I got this one just because I needed another one. Really, I was kind of running out of space, so this will help for some more plastic. I mean, hard baits I got. Yeah, that right here. And then I also got some more hideout baits from this is actually, all this stuff is separate. I got this, was like for my birthday time. And hide ups I got. Yeah, I think it was just three. But I got like pretty cool colors. So the one I got the 200 because I really didn't have many of the 200s. I had a lot of like not a lot, but a decent amount of the 100s or the 150s and the 70s. And but I liked the 200. So this is that hide up in the 200. I just got a nice color. It's got that plate in the middle, red body golden with the little orange, translucent orange on the bottom. So, and like I said, these baits, man, they cast pretty damn well. Like they don't have like the craziest casting system, but it works like very well. I think it's just the shape of the bait. But I like these baits. I've had a couple fish on the pink one already that I had. That's the one. I think it's the 150. Yeah, the 150 I was using in the pink. I've caught two of those smaller fish that I caught. I didn't even take pictures of them, but I did catch them. And then also I caught a fish on that. I lost the fish. I had him on though. It was on that tiny, not tiny class, the TK little bait that he painted. The griffin. He had painted one and just sent it to me because it kind of like matched the color I was describing. And I got that. It was a bone pink color. And the blank he gave me was kind of unique because it's like a knockoff one, but it's the knockoff kind of sounds good because it has like a different sound than the original. It's got like this one knock sound, which I think is kind of cool because the original has sort of like a high pitched rattle, so like a lipless, but it's not as loud. But it definitely is. It's like a lipless, and that knockoff one is like a one knocker. And so this is another one in the 200. This is the red shiner, I'm pretty sure. Now I remember that. But this is the red shiner. Got that little black line down the side, red back. It's like a candy red on the back. It's a pretty sick color. There you go. See that kind of candy red on it. And then it's got that golden orange belly. It's pretty sick. And it's a little bit translucent if you hold it up to like the light, but that upper half of the body is kind of like a solid color with that black line down the side, which is pretty sick. And like I said, they really aren't. Once that weight goes down and it's done with the transfer, it's not really loud at all. So that one. And then this one is really cool. I really don't even like chartreuse baits like that, but once I saw this one, I was like, dude, I gotta get that because it's pretty unique and it's not like over the top of chartreuse or anything like that. And I also like blueback kind of like baits because I don't know, it reminds me of like old school stuff. But this is a pretty cool color, and it's not even actually the paint on the outside is chartreuse. It just has a plate in it. So the plate inside is chartreuse, but the outside body is like clear with that blue back on there. It's like a translucent blue back. Kind of see that? It's pretty dope. And then the belly, it's got that orange stripe down the middle. It's pretty sick. But you're just gonna get that flash of chartreuse kind of. You're not just gonna have it all throughout the body. So as it's kind of like going back and forth, you're kind of getting that flash. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. And you definitely don't see that like type of color really that much, so I had to get that. Definitely got to try it and see if I can get some more. But that was the hide up ones. And then the other two are I got two of these two other baits, but one is like a restock, the other one I actually never had. But the these are the Z cranks. I got two colors just to kind of get like some more. So I really like these. The Z ones are like one of my favorite like shallow cranks, and these two colors are really nice. One though is that the golden one is actually I think it's like a special color because it has the year on it for some reason, but it's only like it doesn't say anything like special. It just says Edo Gold, but for some reason the year is marked on it. It says 2020 on it, which I think is pretty sick. But it's a nice gold color. It's not like the other one that they have, the Kinkuru. It's a little bit more matted and muted. And then that orange belly, which is real nice. And then it also has some flake on the top. Like can't really see it too much there, but it's got like a light flake. And this one is just the Kasumi Ito, which is a sick color too. But this one doesn't have the year marked on it. It just says the Mega Bass. But this color here, man. Come on. Focus. Come on. Of course. The one I wanted to show you guys. Come on. It was about to do it. There we go. So yeah, it's like there's a Kasumi Ito. It's like a Wagasaki color, but on the bottom it's got like a pearl white on there. And in the back, it's got that scale pattern, goldish brown. It's a really nice color. Very good, like minnow, shad color. It's pretty nice. I've caught some big fish on that color. Same one with that pre-spawn magic color. That one is called. That's the one I lost that PB I had last year and I lost it. Kind of. That was really sucked. All right, Tian, take it easy, man. And then here are the anniversary cards I got. These are the Lucky Craft. These are just some of the Sammies. They were on sale at the Hookup, so I was like, hey, why not? So this one is the pink one, Shore. It's called Pink Shore. It's pretty dope. I don't have a pink top water like that, so I was like, hey, might as well. And the bottom, I like it. It's pretty nice. The bottom, the belly of it, it's like a bone, which is pretty sweet. And I didn't even know that. I thought it was just gonna be like a white. It's in the package. What the hell is this? But it's pretty dope. Got that pink, and then on the belly, it's like a kind of like a bone. It's got a yellowish white to it. It's really nice. Definitely gonna be able to see that. And has that 100th anniversary on the back. Pretty cool. And it's got some purple near the eyes. But it's a nice little bait. You can't go wrong with Sammy. And the sound is pretty nice. I like it's not too loud. And then the other one I got, it's like I guess another bone type of color, but or not bone. Yeah, I guess it is like a fish bone, but this one's like a yellow one. Take it easy, Diggs. Thanks for sticking around, man. This is another one. This is the yellow one. This one's dope. Definitely don't see any top waters like that too much. It kind of actually reminded me of the Mega Bass Respect color I got in the Dog X Kawaii. But it's a pretty nice color, and it's got a pearl belly on it. It's not white. It's actually like a pearl on the belly. And then it's got that orange on the face or eyes. And then that just kind of like solid yellow on the back with the label. That Lucky Craft 100th anniversary. So it's pretty cool. Another one, I think I haven't seen Daniel in here. I thought he would like this one. This is a new bit actually I haven't used, and this is from Raid. It's the Libero, the head swimmer. It's the underspins, and I got the little bit larger side, the 10 gram and up. And so this one you can actually use with also their 4 to 5 inch full swing. It's called, that's literally, it says it right there. And full swing paddle tail, but also the head shape is actually good for as well as the spark shads. So you could technically use like the 4-inch spark shads. And what I like though is that it comes with two separate jig heads. It's not just like one jig head with two bodies. You actually get two jig heads or underspins. And they're pretty nice. They're good size and shape. Let me get closer. But I got like the Wagasaki ones. My usually preferred color. But it's got a nice jig head. It's got that kind of like flat bottom jig head. And then the weed guard's pretty stout for being very minor amount of strands. And then you got that underspin blade right there. And actually you can, which you can if you want, you can even bend that out if you want a little bit. Get that down a little bit more like that. So you have that blade a little bit down. So, and that hook is pretty nice. It's got definitely, it's a Teflon coating. Very nice. So, they're pretty sweet. And you come obviously with those two paddle tails already pre-rigged. Also got a couple packs of the Power Wigglers. I wanted to restock in them because I really like them. But these are the Power Wigglers, and this is the Dark Wagasaki, but it's like it's almost pretty much like a PBJ. But they call it Dark Wagasaki, and it's definitely a good color. But these are very good. We got also the Smoke Blue Flake, and it's like a brown bottom, really, like the bottom's brown and the top is like a smoke black. And this color does it really well for me as well. Kind of imitates the bluegill pretty well, like the adult bluegill pretty well. So that one, and then I also got another Wagasaki. So just got 3 packs, 2 of the Wagasaki and 1 of the smokes. So, and like I said, I've had very good success with these, so they're always good to have more. So just in case, you know, they run out or something, we have some backups. And then also I got the Bumble Shad. I got one more, and it was kind of sucked because as I was buying it, someone bought one pack, and I had two of them in my cart, but so I only could get one. But it was the smoke color one, and they were on sale as well. And these are very good, man. They have a really good action to them. Actually, have these here. I wish they had this color here, man, because this color is dope. And they're very nice. They have a very good kick to them. They're not very wide or anything like that. You would think they would be, but they're actually pretty tight wildlet or a kick to them. This one actually I got cut. The packaging on the bottom got broke, and it cut the tail, but I fixed it with some Mendit. Barely tell. And so, but like I said, and once I put this on like my jig, my Matsuraba, it held on. I still actually have it right here, and I've used it a pretty good amount, and it didn't rip not once, man. I was pretty surprised on how durable it was, and anyway, I think it was really because of how it goes through the jig, kind of where that hook kind of like it's on the back. Let me move that out the way. On the back here, let me get some light. On the back of the bait, right here, there's a slit down the back, and it's like, I guess for your hook or EWG if you was to rig one. But when you put your kind of the jig in there, it's not really ripping any plastic because it's like free. So it's like it doesn't really affect the way that the bait slides up and down the jig. So it just stays put, and then that head is pretty beefy on the top, so it just stays on the jig really well. So I found that pretty interesting. And like I said, really the tail is what mainly kicks on this bait, and it has like a nice roll to it. So it was pretty nice. I didn't get bid on it really that yet, but the action wise was pretty nice. But I've used that for a while. I have gotten bitten on ones that I have, but not this year yet. So that's the only thing. The only one that's worked so far for me is the Power Wigglers this year, which that's no surprise really. But then I also have some more DRT baits that I got a while ago. But these are not the clamp shads. These are the VTSs. This is the heavy, the salt tin ones. They ran out of like the colors I really wanted, so I got these though. But these are the golden shiner ones, and it's still a really good color though, because you know gold and green and stuff like that does pretty well in my waters. But yeah, these are just the same thing as those other VTS I've showed you. These just have more salt content in them, so they allow you to pretty much just cast further as well. They sink faster. You can also retrieve them a little bit quicker and not have to worry about them kind of like rising, because the original VTS 7s, you also have to put like a little nail weight in the tail. You can do the same thing for these, but it allows the bait to kind of like stay down a little bit, and also kind of as well kick a little bit better. But with these, they kind of have a little bit better overall performance. You know, they sink better. Like I said, you can kind of retrieve them a little bit quicker without them rising, things like that. Banana top water. Yeah, I've had good success with yellow, like a bullfrog. So that's why I was like, you know what? If a bullfrog yellow would work, why wouldn't a translucent one? So yeah, and got another pack. So I just got 2 packs of those. I want to get a kind of like a Plano box, because I seen that's what they were doing. Like DRT guys, they kind of just got like a small Plano box and we're storing all their VTS 7s and just the Plano box, and it seemed to work pretty well. And that's what I kind of want to do, because I want to just have like a bunch of different ones in my take them with me and just have different colors, not have to worry about having each individual packs, because I hate that. And then here I'm almost pretty much done. Pretty much. I just got some jigs, and I got the Amakatsu, the Magula swim jig. This was the one I was actually asking Eric about because I've never tried them, so I found it interesting that he was telling me that they actually are very similar design, and they are to the Strike King Denny Brower structure jig, and they had pretty much the same head design as what it looks like. Maybe it's just a little bit different. The Strike King's a little bit more rounded, but same pretty much concept. Pretty much a very beefy swim jig though. Really nice hook. You can put a pretty big bait on this swim jig, which I like. And it has that big stout weed guard, and then that head, it's got like a piercing head on it. You kind of see it's got like a keel to it, like a boat. So you kind of see that. And it also has that horizontal line type. You notice that it's not, vertical. So it's meant to help going over through like brush and things like that. So definitely looking forward to trying that. And that hook has that coating on it, which I like. And then it also has the weight on the shank of the jig, of the jig head. It has the weight on there. It's like, it says it right on the side. 3/8. Probably won't pick that up. It's too small. Oh, kind of did. Right there, it tells you the weight. But yeah, so these should be pretty interesting to test out. I definitely want to see how they do, and they definitely should work pretty well though, because I've heard pretty good things about them. And that weed guard is probably could be trimmed a little bit, but the actual bend of it's pretty good. It's not too soft, really. It's like perfect. So but yeah, I got 2 of those, just black, usually my favorite color in my swim jigs, really. But I got the black ones there, and then I also got some Mazzarabas. I wish they had the all black as well in the Mazzaraba, but they had the black and blue flake ones, so I got those. I got the black and blue flake, and it's actually not a really like a loud black and blue flake. It's pretty subtle. It doesn't have much. And the skirt on this is a one-sided skirt anyway, so it's not going to have like much skirting material on it. So it's more like that. It's a sparse skirt for like a swim jig. But that's that Mazzaraba. And you can barely see the blue flake. Like you can kind of see it right there. But it definitely has very little. So I got 2 of those, and then one of this color I have not actually used, which is like the melon brown, I think it's called, or brown melon, and it's a pretty cool color actually. Let me see if it'll. It's almost like a green pumpkin with like a watermelon color in there. So let's see if I can. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It has like a brown head on it. There we go. So it's got like that shrimp color with a little bit of green pumpkin and then that brown head. So it's a pretty cool color. And I've never had this one in this jig. But I like the Mazzaraba. It's one of my favorite like swim jigs. All right, Brandon, take it easy, man. But pretty much, so that was pretty much that. I do have a whole giant other box, but I'm not gonna be doing that one tonight. Like I said, that'll probably go for the other video I might do, or just might do a whole nother live. But this is that what's it called? Easter box. But they definitely sent me some cool colors though. In that Easter box, there's actually a few. Let me show you a couple at least. I'll show you a couple of them. They're pretty sick. And I'll just show them again whenever I do them. But yeah, they sent me a couple sick colors in those one-up shads. So I got this one here, and it's actually called Okawa. Oh, I forget that. I can't pronounce it sometimes. Okikawa, and but it's a sick ass color. It's like a blue. The actual plastics is like blue, and then it has all this like flake, silver, red, green flake in it. See if it'll maybe focus a little bit better. It's not focusing. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's pretty dope. And then there's this other one. I have no clue what color this is. It doesn't say. It just says it in Japanese, but it's like a shrimp pink color, like silver flake. It's pretty dope. It's like an IU color, almost like a sweet fish color, but definitely sick. Then got this one. It's like a sort of like a baby bass pattern. Pretty dope. Real nice color. And then this one is like a Scuppernong. Yep, Scuppernong blue flake. Of course. Come on. Scuppernong. That blue flake. That should get bit pretty well. I do pretty good with Scuppernong. And then let's see what other color that's kind of cool. There was also another color scent that was kind of sick. This one. Kind of like a color shift. It's like it's in a smaller size though. I wish they had sent it in a bigger one. Kind of reminds me of actually my RC car. I had an RC car that I painted like this. But oh shit, look how sick that is, bro. Jeez, that's dope. It's not wanting to focus. There we go. But there's red. That's actually red in there. That's red flake. You kind of can see it when it gets in the shadow. But that's actually like all red. Let me see. You can kind of see it. Let's see if I can get it. They secure these pretty damn well. not trying to destroy the package. This one is it's pretty dope. I wish they would have sent me in the bigger size because it's pretty sick. Like I said, it's kind of like it's got like a all like greenish brown color, but then at the same time it's red. But then, like I said, when you just saw it, it looks green. Yeah, it's like it's a green red like color shift. Like you can kind of see that where hopefully maybe. See if we'll focus. Come on. Oh, there it is. You can kind of see the red there. Look at that, see? You kind of see that red. Oh yeah. The further you hold it, I guess it works better. And right there, you kind of see all that red in there. But then as soon as I bring it like close and change it, it starts turning green. It's pretty nuts. That's a dope color though. But yeah, so I'll show definitely the rest of those soon. I got a bunch of them, like 16 packs, different sizes. And then also I got a bunch of the other one, the hide-up ones. The hide-up staggers. I wish they would have gave me more of the wide staggers because I really wanted those, but I got more of the regular paddle tail style ones. They did give me some cool colors of the wide ones though, like this one here. It's like a shrimp color too as well. It's pretty sick. But I actually sprayed a couple of these stagger ones actually with some gold herring spray. I don't think it's this one. I think I did. This is the one I opened up, and it actually does pretty well with it. I don't really see many guys use that gold spray. I usually use it for like salt, and then that's like another color, pretty nice, pretty sick color. And they gave me a bunch of the smaller ones too. Like I have like a lot of the small ones. But yeah, so that's pretty much though. Pretty much most of the stuff I had pretty much for today. Show. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, I might actually get rid of a couple of the smaller packs that I got. I got a bunch of the small ones. They sent me here. It's like these guys here, but I'll probably get rid of the other ones. They have like a bunch of these guys. They sent the little tiny kicker ones. These are the wide staggers, but these are they're in this packaging. All right, Jermaine, take it easy, man. You too, Tom. Take it easy, man. I'm going off anyway in a second. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys sticking around. That was pretty much all I had for the tonight. I did have probably some other stuff that I was going to talk about, but it ain't nothing crazy. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around, and hope you guys enjoyed the live. And I'll see you guys probably sometime again this week. I'll probably do another live, but I'll see you guys on like a live stream or something. Take it easy and enjoy the rest of your week, guys. See you guys.